The decline of the Ottoman Empire during the First World War ushered in an era of uncertainty for the Muslim world. The Arab world was heading into an era of quasi-independence, as they were in one way or the other dependent upon Britain and France for their independence. This included the land area of Palestine, then an Ottoman region, which had become the British Mandate of Palestine. Whilst Sykes and Picot were carving up the Middle East for Britain and France, in 1917, Sir Arthur Balfour, on behalf of the British government, issued the Balfour Declaration, in which support for the establishment of a national home of the Jewish people in Palestine was announced. It was at this time that Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, the second Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, wrote a letter to the then Viceroy of British India, Lord Chelmsford, declaring that Muslims would undoubtedly never tolerate the suzerainty of the British government on Arab lands. A few years later, in 1921, Hazur sent a delegation to the then Viceroy, Lord Reading, with a message stating that an even greater issue for us is that the autonomy of Hijaz should not be compromised. Hazur became the only leader to directly address the British government and raise the matter with them in regard to what he saw, before any other Muslim leader, as a grave conspiracy against the Muslim world. In 1924, Hazrat Muslim Maud laid the foundation stone of the F Mosque, the first mosque in London, which was inaugurated 2 years later in 1926. This mosque and foreign mission in London, the centre of the political world at that time, became of great use to the community throughout the years, because it became a place from where Hazur was able to convey his words through various means, such as through the Imam stationed at the mosque. During a dinner party hosted by Maulana Jalaluddin Shams Sahib, the Imam of the F Mosque, which was attended by Prince Faisal and many other dignitaries, Hazrat Muslim Maud sent a message via telegram, which was read out. Extend welcome on my behalf to His Royal Highness, Amir Faisal, and delegations of the Palestine Conference, and tell them that Jamaat-e-Ahmadiyya is fully in their support, and prays that Allah the Almighty may grant them success. Even before this conflict began, Hazur was concerned for the future of Palestine and the Arab world. Whilst the West was seriously considering the option of relocating its Jewish population to Palestine, Hazur raised a pertinent question as to why countries such as America, Australia, and England were not ready to let the Jews settle in their respective countries, despite having large areas of land in comparison to the area of Palestine. In 1946, 2 years prior to Israel being formed, Hazrat Muslim Maud had a divinely inspired vision foretelling a challenging and delicate situation looming on the horizon of the Muslim world. He had this vision published in Al-Fazl with all its details in a feature article titled Al-Inzar, the Warning. The article warned the community of an upcoming challenge for the Muslim world, and that the only way it would be able to face this challenge was by leaving its differences aside and uniting together as one nation. He also instructed the Jamaat to especially pray for the Muslim world during his Friday sermon, 30th August 1946. The State of Israel was established, and the First Arab-Israel War broke out in 1948. Hazur wrote a treatise, Al-Kufru Millatun Wahida. Kufr is a nation united, calling on all Muslims to unite and pull together as one to face this challenge. This article was published on 21st May 1948 in Al-Fazl, just 6 days after the formal establishment of Israel. This event brought to light the greater conspiracy to exile the Arabs from their own land, regarding which Hazur stated that the Arabs clearly didn't have the strength nor unity to compete against the conspirators, and that the question is not about Palestine, it is about Medina. The question is not about Jerusalem, it is about Makkah al-Mukarramah itself. Hazur stated that the enemy had united against Islam despite their internal disagreements. So, he rightfully asked, will the Muslim Ummah not unite despite the thousands of reasons for unity? In December of that year, Hazur gave a series of lectures regarding this issue and declared that the solution to this conflict was for Muslim nations to show unity and make trade relations with one another. During a speech, Hazrat Muslim Maud explained that in line with verses of the Holy Quran, Muslims had temporarily lost the land of Palestine twice in the past, and this situation too was only temporary. Eventually, according to the Quranic prophecy, the Jews will be made to leave, and the Muslims would reign Palestine again.
ولقد كتبنا في الزبور من بعد الذكر أن الأرض يرثها عبادي الصالحون